Continue to celebrate Women's Month. We remember the role of women in the journey to forgiveness and reconciliation. In August 1993, American student Amy Biehl was beaten and stabbed to death in Gugulethu near Cape Town. A Fulbright scholar, she had been working in South Africa against apartheid. In 1998, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission granted amnesty to the 4 young men convicted of her murder. Her family did not oppose the amnesty. Biehl would have been 52 years old this year. I'm joined on Skype by her mother, Linda Biehl, and sister Molly. Good evening to both of you, and thank you very much for your time. Well, I guess every time this year as the family, you get to sit together and, of course, go back into time. And how will you remember Amy this time around, or this year?
We remember Amy every day. She's a part of us. We sometimes have a major event. I did last year in Cape Town with friends. But sometimes we just hang out together, maybe even see a good movie. You know, Amy's with us in just sort of our everyday life.
Molly, I mean, hers was a life dedicated to building bridges. It was about human beings trying to find one another.
It sure was, and I am honored to have been her younger sister and to have had her as an example. And as Mom said, she remains with us, and she continues building bridges to this day. Here we are, all these years later. And truly, I remember her for her courage and, as you say, her humanity.
Now, earlier today, Linda, I was going through written articles, articles written on Amy's death, and some comments that people have made over time on some of those, to some of those articles. And I came across a few, shall I say, sort of peculiar views. One of them saying, and I quote, Amy was sacrificed for the vanity of her parents. Liberalism is a mental disorder, close quotes. What do you say to such people as Amy's mother?
It's my life. It's my experience. It was Amy. You know, people have their own thoughts, and you listen to your heart and you go forward as you must. And it's always been a bit complicated, but it's never been painful.
Molly, I mean, when we see random shootings, you know, for example, in places like New Zealand, the United States, or Kenya, I suppose that serves as a reminder to all of us that the task of reaching out to and finding one another can never be truly over.
It is not, and I constantly think about the families of these members and what their lives have in store going forward. We have to continue to reach out. We have to ensure that love wins. And in our case, certainly, we're really fortunate in that we had the opportunity to reconcile and to continue to cherish that and recognize that and share that and show people, you know, that hope remains and that we continue to work together for certainly a better society and a better world.
The Amy Biehl Foundation, Linda, continues to do some inspiring work in Cape Town with young South Africans. I know the family is not really hands-on, but you must be proud of the work that's going on there, dedicated, of course, to Amy.
Yes, and my husband and I were hands-on for years, and we had our thoughts and our feelings, and as things merge and change. I am most excited about members who worked for and with us collectively for a number of years, like Victor and Vanessa West. Victor was the ambulance driver who attended Amy, who worked with the foundation and have started their own programs. Theirs is called Bounce Back, and they're doing great things in the Western Cape. And that was our goal, sustainability. So whoever can sustain youth violence prevention programs and development programs, we of course are happy. I don't think it always has to have Amy's name in it. It's just people carrying on what they want to do, what they maybe have learned or felt, and taking it forward.
And of course, I mean, two of Amy's killers, Ntobeko and Izzy, have also been there working for the foundation.
And they've been to the U.S. as well, and they have made impact at schools and organizations many times in the United States. They're very brave, and I'm very proud of them. They have their own lives. I think they miss my husband very much because I think they were looking forward to Damkulu to be helpful in their business. Tobacco has an amazing laundry business in Gugulethu. They're very self-sustaining, and I'm feeling that's what Amy would have wanted, for sure.
Molly, I mean, I was listening to the CEO of the foundation saying, and I quote, "So much good came out of Amy's death."
It did. It certainly did. And we're really pleased to be able to be here sharing about her spirit and what she represented to the world. I sometimes wish I could selfishly just have my sister, but mostly I'm really honored to share her with the world and the goodness that she represented and really encouraged in all of us.
Perhaps, Linda, you can share with the rest of us just your thoughts on the power of forgiveness and what it does to all of us.
It's the most liberating thing. It's a very selfish thing. You know, Molly in particular has been studying it much more than I have, but I lived it from the moment. And to be very honest, when I got that phone call, Molly got the phone call first, but when it finally reached me, what happened, I did say in my heart, Lord, forgive them, they know not what they do. And I think the idea of forgiveness liberates yourself to go forward. Not, you know, there's many people who say bitterness, hate, you know, destroys you, you know, your body, your physical reaction, your physical body. The interesting thing for me has been working with Izzy and Tobacco and how they talk about having to forgive themselves. So it's many forgivenesses, you know, it's many forgivenesses, why it happened, where it happened, but it happened. So we have the opportunity to free ourselves and our spirits to go forward and take the good with us. And if we're bitter and angry, we can't do that.
And that's where we're going to leave it. Thanks to both of you for talking to us this evening. Amy's mother, Linda, and sister, Molly, joining us via Skype from the United States of America.